We got day 99. Blue Letter Bible app. Bible in a year. We got Samuel 4 through 8. 4 through 8. The up to this point, Samuel is his mother pledges him to Jehovah, and Jehovah looks after him as he's growing up in the temple. The temple is run by an absentee Eli, an old man, absentee priest, and his sons are running the temple, and they're wicked, wicked, wicked. Called them sons of Belial. That's sons of Satan. Okay, so these sons of Belial, they God says He's going to punish that house forever. That's what He tells Eli, and He plucks Eli out of that. All right, so now He doesn't pluck Eli out of that; He plucks Samuel out of that. So here we go. Here is Samuel 4. 1 Samuel 4. And the word came to Samuel and to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched besides Ebenezer. And then the Philistines pitched in Aphek. And then the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined the battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines. And they slew the army in the field of about 4,000 men. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Israel said, "Where hath Jehovah smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant for Jehovah out of Shiloh unto us, that it may come among us, and it may save us out of the hand of our enemies." So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring forth hence the ark of the covenant of Jehovah of hosts, which dwelt between the cherubims, and the two sons, Eli and Hophni and Phinehas, and they were with the ark of the covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant came unto the camp, all Israel shouted a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, "What meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews?" And they understood that the ark of Jehovah was come into the camp, and that the Philistines were afraid, for they knew God is come into the camp. And when they said, "Woe unto us, for this thing has not been such a thing hereto. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? And these are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. Be strong and quit yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not servants unto the Hebrews, as they have been unto you. Quit yourselves like men and fight." And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten, and they fled every man into his tent. And there was a very great slaughter, for there fell of Israel 30,000 footmen. And the ark of God was taken, and two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were slain. So there we go. And the ark of God was taken, and the two sons of Eli and Hophni were slain. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh that same day. And he rent his clothes rent with upon the earth upon his head. And he came unto Eli, and sat in the seat wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of God. And the man came unto the city, and he told it. And the city cried out. Then Eli heard the noise of the crying, when he heard it meaneth the noise of this tumult. And the man came in hastily and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim that he could not see. And the man said unto Eli, "I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army." And he said, "What is that done, my son?" And he said, The messenger answered and said, "Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there has been a great slaughter among the people. And thy two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken." And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of God, that he fell from off the backwards of the side of his gate, and brake his neck brake. And he died, and he was an old man, and heavy, and he judged Israel for 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child near, and he delivered. And when she heard the things that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law, her husband, were dead, she bowed herself into travail, and for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the woman that stood by her, and said unto her, "Fear not, for thou hast borne a son." But she answered not, neither did it regard it. And she named the child Ichabod. for saying that glory is departed from Israel because the ark of God was taken and because her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, the glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of God is taken. And the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it to Ebenezer unto Ashdod. And when the Philistines took the ark, they brought it unto the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, and behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of God. And they took the Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of Jehovah. And the head of Dagon was both in his palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold, and the stump of it, and it was left to him. Therefore neither the priest of Dagon nor any that come into Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day. And the hand of Jehovah was heavy upon them. At Ashdod he destroyed them, and he smote them with emerods, and Ashdod and the coasts of thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, and they said, the ark of God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. And they set before the gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them, and said, what shall we do with the ark of God of Israel? And they answered, let the ark of God of Israel be carried unto the Gath. And they carried the ark of God unto Israel with about hither. And it was so that after they had carried about, the hand of the Lord was against the city, and with very great destruction. And he smote the men of the city, both small and great, in their emerods and their secret parts. And therefore he sent them the ark of God to Ekron. And it came to pass that the ark of God came to Ekron, and the Ekronites cried out, saying, they have brought about the ark of God to Israel to us and our people. So they sent and gathered together the lords of the Philistines and said, send the ark away of God of this Israel, and let us go again into its own place, that it slay us not. Wow, hey, how's it going? Good morning. So, those people, like, sickness came upon them. They had hemorrhoids. They died a horrible death. And therefore was deadly destruction brought about the city by the hand of God that was very heavy there. And the men died not that were smitten with the emerods. And the cry of the city went up to heaven. So they wanted to get rid of this ark. Give it back to them. And the ark of Jehovah was in the county of the Philistines 7 months. And the Philistines called for the priest and the diviners, saying, what shall we do with the ark of Jehovah? Tell us, wherein what shall we send it to? His place. Give it back. And they said, if ye send away the ark of God at Israel, send it not empty, but in any return him a treasure pass offering, and then ye shall be healed. And it shall be known to you why thy hand is not removed from you. Then they say, what shall we trespass offering shall we return to him? And they answered, 5 golden emerods and 5 golden mice, according to the number of the lords of the Philistines. For one plague was on all of you and your lords. Therefore ye shall make images of your emerods and the images of your mice, and mar the land. And ye shall give glory unto the God of Israel, and peradventure, and he will lighten his hand off of you from off your God, from off your gods and from off your land. Therefore, if ye do harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts, then he hath wrought wonderfully among them, and did not let the people go, and they departed. Now, therefore, make a new cart, and take 2 milch kine, and where hath come no yoke, and tie the kine to the cart, and bring their calves home from them. And take the ark of Jehovah, and lay it upon the cart, and put the jewels of gold, which ye have returned for a trespass offering, in a cart by the side thereof, and send it away, that it may go. And see that if it goeth by the way of thy coast up to Beth-shemoth, and then hath done us great evil. But if not, we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us, and it was a chance that it happened to us. And the men did so. And they took 2 milch kine, and tied them to the cart, and shut up their calves at home. And they laid the ark of Jehovah upon the cart, and the coffer with the mice of gold, and the images of their emerods. And the kine took the straight away of the Beth-shemosh, and went along the highway, lowering as they went, and turned not aside from the right hand or to the left. the lords of the Philistines went after them unto the border of Beth Shemesh. And they of Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat in the harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their eyes and saw the ark, and rejoiced to see it. And the cart came unto the field of Joshua, of Beth Shemite. And he stood there, and there was a great stone. And he clave the wood of the cart, and offered the kind of burnt offering unto Jehovah. And the Levites took down the ark of Jehovah, and the coffer that was with it, and the jewels of gold that were there, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and sacrifices the same day unto Jehovah. And when the 5 lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron that same day. And these are the golden emerods, which the Philistines returned for a trespass offering unto Jehovah. And Ashdod, one for Gaza, and one for Ashkelon, and one for Gath, and one for Ekron one. And the golden mice, according to the number of all the cities of the Philistines, belonging to the 5 lords, both fenced cities of the country and the villages, even unto the great stone of Abel, whereupon they set down the ark of Jehovah, which stone remaineth unto this day in the field of Joshua the Beth Shemite. And he smote the men of Beth Shemesh, because they had looked upon the ark of Jehovah, and even smote the people 50,000 threescore and 10 men, because they lamented, because Jehovah had smitten many of the people with great slaughter. And the men of Beth Shemesh said, Who is able to stand before this holy God? And whom shall go up from us? And they sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kirjath-jearim, saying, The Philistines have brought again the ark of Jehovah, which come ye down, and fetch it up to you. And the men of Kiriath-jearim came and fetched up the ark of Jehovah, and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and the sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of Jehovah. And it came to pass, while the ark abode in Kiriath-jearim, that the time was long, for it was 20 years, and all the house of Israel lamented after Jehovah. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto Jehovah with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods and the Asheroth from among you, and prepare your hearts unto Jehovah, and serve him only. He will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistine. And there's where you get the peace, that covenant of peace. And when the children of Israel did put away Balaam and Asheroth, and served the Lord only, served Jehovah only, and Samuel said, Gather Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray for you unto Jehovah. And they gathered together Mizpah, and drew water, and poured it before Jehovah, and fasted on that day there. And we have sinned against Jehovah. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. And when the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpah, the lords of the Philistines went up against Israel. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. And the children of Israel said unto Samuel, Cease not to cry unto us for Jehovah our God for us, that he will save us out of the hand of the Philistines. And Samuel took a suckling lamb, and offered it for a burnt offering holy unto Jehovah. And Samuel cried unto Jehovah for Israel, and Jehovah heard him. And Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, and the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel. But Jehovah thundered with a great thunder on that day. And upon the Philistines they discomforted them, and they were smitten before Israel. And the men of Israel went out to Mizpah, and pursued the Philistines, and smote them until they came under Beth-kar. Then Samuel took a stone, and set it between Mizpah and Shean, and called the name Ebenezer, saying, Hitherto hath the Lord helped us. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel. And the house of Jehovah was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. And the cities which were in the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, and from Ekron, and even to Gath, and to the coast thereof. And did Israel deliver out of the hands of the Philistines? There was peace between Israel and the Amorites. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life. And he went from year to year in the circuit of Bethel and Gilgal and Mizpah, and judged Israel in all those places. And his return were Ramah, for there was his house. And he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto Jehovah. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, this is chapter 8, and he made the sons of judges over Israel. He made his sons judges over Israel. And now the name of the firstborn was Joel, and the name of the second was Abiah, and judges, and they were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes and perverted judgment. Oh man, it's that next generation. You would think Samuel's sons would have it figured out, but they don't. And he said, behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But Samuel, the thing that displeased Samuel, when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Jehovah. And Jehovah said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of thy people, and all they sat unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me. They didn't reject you, Samuel. They rejected me. Hey, good morning. Good morning. It might be afternoon for you. Where are you listening from? This is chapter 8 in 1 Samuel. And this is verse 8. According to all thy works which they have done, since that day I have brought them up out of Egypt unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me, and served other gods, and so do they also unto thee. Oh, right on, man. Japan. What a beautiful country. Beautiful. Are you in the big city? Are you out in the country? My gosh, to have such a huge city like Tokyo, and then you get out in the country and it's just so peaceful and beautiful. Amazing. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet be protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that he shall reign over them. And Samuel told all the words of Jehovah unto the people that asked him for a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots. He will take your children for war. And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over 50, and he will set them to ear to the ground, and to reap the harvest, and to make the instruments of war and the instruments of his chariot. He will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even to them, and give them to his servants. So you're going to have to pay taxes. And he will take a tenth of all your seed, and a tenth of your vineyards, and give them to his officers and to his servants. And he will take your menservants and your maidservants, and all your goodliest of your young men and your asses, and put them to his work. So you want a king instead of God. He will take a tenth of your sheep, and he will take a tenth of your servants, and they shall be his servants. And ye shall cry out in that day, because your king, which you have chosen, Jehovah will not hear you in that day. Oh man, oh man. Because you want this worldly king, Jehovah will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, nay, we will have a king over us, that we may be like all the other nations, that our king judges us, and goes out to battle for us, and fights our battles. And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and rehearsed them in his ears of Jehovah. And Jehovah said unto Samuel, hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye, every man unto his city. Oh, yeah, it's bad, man, it's bad. Instead of hearkening unto Jehovah, who brought them the victories, they're gonna hearken unto a worldly king. And we don't learn anything. This is where all the lessons were. And we don't hear none of it anymore. All right. Praise Yah. Hopefully some will hear it. Those with ears to hear will hear. Those with eyes to see will see. Praise Yah. Don't let your hearts be hardened, folks. Praise Yah.